Hello, welcome to Wednesday. I hope your weekend was great. We got hammered at work, which always happens around the holidays, especially if the weather's nice, but I made it. Baby boy is just hanging out, kept me up last night. I think he's lying sideways. Still has a few weeks to decide to put his head down, but he better get on that. Here comes the usual YouTube stuff. Please consider liking this video if you like the content or leaving a comment. Any kind of engagement helps this channel grow. Despite actually achieving the 70-year milestone in February, the Queen is publicly celebrating her Platinum Jubilee this week. She is the first monarch to reach platinum status in Britain. This is likely her last Jubilee, as she would have to pass 106 years of age to hit the next one, so don't think I'm being mean or vicious. It's just reality to say that this is her last one. If in 10 years Elizabeth is still going and I'm still on this hell site, then you can tell me I was wrong. If she lives another 2 years, she will beat the French for the longest reigning monarch in Europe, so maybe look forward to that if you're a royalist. Anyway, British institutions are definitely treating this weekend like one last hurrah for Queen Liz. I've spoken frequently about how over the past 20-ish years, the elderly Queen has become kind of like a Teflon shield for the rest of her family. I don't think I'm being outlandish when I say that the monarchy as an institution is going to go through some things when she's no longer available to protect them. We have seen the negative public reactions to the preview of King Charles III and the decision to have Camilla publicly be known as Queen. William has made some very public missteps recently, although no one really seems to care, which is both his blessing and his curse. The palace has been forced to admit that the Queen is having mobility issues, so it's likely we'll see less and less of her as time goes on. The future doesn't exactly look gleaming for the firm, so you can almost sense the desperation to make this Jubbly really something to remember. As usual, the royal family has run up against its longtime foe, their inability to read a room. Like most countries, but some would argue worsened by Brexit, people in the UK are facing massive spikes in the cost of living. There have been very public, very recent stories of seniors unable to turn their heat on and children only eating one meal a day. The Prime Minister is weathering his, 100th scandal and seems to be indifferent to people suffering. Anyway, it's not going great over there for the average person. With an estimated cost to the taxpayer of £28 million, the government promises it will be a, quote, once-in-a-lifetime show. Yikes. I also need to throw in my 2 cents here and say that often these estimates are on the low end. Security costs are hidden, etc. At a time when headlines are often dominated with stories of vulnerable populations freezing or not being able to eat, spending millions on a Jubbly is definitely a choice. I feel like we also have to talk about the £12 million that was spent on the indoctrination of children. By that, I mean giving every school-age child in the UK a book about how great the Queen is. Again, when children cannot eat or heat their classrooms, spending millions of pounds giving them what amounts to royalist propaganda kinda seems insane. Then, we have to talk about bank holidays. While most people enjoy a day or two off, who doesn't? These bank holidays come at great cost to the country as many businesses stand still on Thursday and Friday. There is also frustration about who gets the day off, as of course essential workers, like healthcare staff, have to go to work. There are also reports that some essential services like food banks have closed or greatly reduced hours for the Jubilee week. Supermarket chains and public transportation have also reduced hours. Again, it begs the question, who benefits from these days off, and if they actually come at a cost to working and poorer classes. It's also been an argument for years that royalists use people's happiness around having the day off work as a sign of support for the actual monarchy. There is currently a Reddit thread on Casual UK with 600 plus comments, and honestly, British people are hilarious. So far, the consensus seems to be that they respect the Queen, don't like the rest of the family, are excited for the day off, and a day of public escapism. With one Redditor saying, and I quote, "It's like Christmas, you don't need to believe in Christ for the food to still taste good." And honestly, I would use that as the title of this video if I thought people would get it. There have been 2 stories regarding the British royal family which have made sustained international news over the past few years, and those are Prince Andrew allegedly being a sweaty nonce and what happened to Harry and Meghan. As the UK press frantically tries to draw as many eyes to this jubilation as possible, they have been doing a terrible job at focusing on the Queen, the supposed star of the show, and rather have mostly been trading in Andrew rehabilitation stories while yet again reinforcing the general global consensus that they hounded Harry and Meghan out of the country because of Meghan's skin tone and Harry and Meghan's reluctance to let the UK press and royal family attack her for it. Just last night, the Archbishop of Canterbury in a Jubbly interview said that Andrew should be forgiven by the public. I am just a stupid nurse, not a PR expert or anything, but in the days leading up to what is supposed to be a celebration of the monarch and a reinforcement of the monarchy's place in UK culture and government, again displaying that you feel the accusation of sex crimes against trafficked minors is a lesser crime than marrying an American woman of mixed race, that just doesn't sound like a great idea. Once again, outside the tabloid UK press bubble, this is not playing well. The lead up to the Jubilee has also once again confirmed that despite their loud protests, the UK press just can't quit Harry and Meghan. For months, every article about the Jubilee included speculation on whether Harry and Meghan would attend. Then, when it was confirmed they would attend, every article has been about them or has still included Sussex speculation. It's an obsession. One that I would argue, again stupid nurse, not PR expert, is detrimental to the institution itself. There is a desperation in the air for the future. This Jubilee should be about the Queen, Charles, and William, but it can't be. It has to be about Harry and Meghan, because they are a safe punching bag and a useful distraction. Charles is unpopular. Let's talk about Meghan's nail polish instead. Did anyone else get whiplash when Harry's security demands were made public, debated on, then seemingly solved overnight so they could attend the Jubbly? While royalists will insist that it's the family in charge, there seems to be some pretty good evidence that it's the other way around. Harry wasn't going to bring his family to the UK without security. They bitched and moaned, but when it came down to it, Harry got what he wanted because the family knows they need the Sussexes there. I cannot link to every comment in this video for obvious reasons, but search Jubilee on Twitter or read the comment sections under even the most sycophantic tabloid articles. The mood doesn't appear to be all that great, and there is again and again the sentiment that once the Queen goes, the monarchy as it stands now should go too. This is exactly the kind of sentiment that these Jubilees were designed to work against, but it's not working. The press and the palace will not let this Jubilee be known as a failure, at least not in the UK, but I'm honestly looking forward to how this all plays out on the BBC and in tabloids versus reporting and images from normal people over the course of the weekend. We will see. Alright, that's all folks. Hoping to get a tea time with mom out tomorrow, working on the nursery the rest of today. I can't even tell you the time I have spent searching for a dinosaur lampshade. Anyway, I hope this video finds you well, and I hope to see you again later in the week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.